LeBron James is the worst father in sports history. Who forces their child to declare for the RBA draft when his son doesn't even seem like he even wants to play the sport of basketball? These are two different people. Meaning that when one goes to sleep, he has his own dream. When the son goes to sleep, he has his own dream. But for some reason, the father, LeBron James, wants for his son to have his dream. He just wants to force his son to the RBA so he can make history to be the first father-son duo in the RBA. What a disgrace. You're humiliating this young man. Bronny James has yet to do an interview and come out and say, hey man, I want to play basketball. My father isn't forcing me against my will to want to be in the NBA. But what I want to know is, why was there a sudden change? There were just reports the day before that Bronny James would be entering the transfer portal. He'll be looking to transfer to go to another college. I'm even seeing bronsexuals. Even they think that, they say the way the RBA is designed today, Bronny James ain't going to make it to the RBA. He's going to be right back to college. His game isn't developed enough to play in the RBA. So even bronsexuals don't agree with this decision. I was surprised. I said, how can the bronsexuals go against their glorious king? But there's a huge possibility that the Cleveland Cavaliers, they can use the 23rd pick to draft Bronny James, which was reported a few months back. And this could be LeBron James's escape plan back to Cleveland, which is why him and Adam Silver, who are in cahoots with one another, the RBA, along with the referees, are carrying the Lakers to a play-in spot. And they're going to try to carry the Lakers as far as they can to generate as many ratings as possible before LeBron James departs and heads back to Cleveland. This could be all a part of LeBron James' plan. Bronny James either gets selected with the 23rd pick by the Cavaliers, or he goes undrafted and the Cavaliers sign Bronny James. But either way, LeBron James is going to find a way for his son to get to the RBA. My thinking was Bronny James would transfer to Ohio State to play for the Ohio State Buckeyes, and LeBron James, he would pull a decision, the decision 3.0 or 4.0 at this point, and then sign back with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like his father, like son, no Birdman and Lil Wayne album, and take his so-called talents to Ohio State so he could fly up under the radar if he were to have a trash game. But I want to know where the sudden change come from. Now we're talking about Bronny James entering the RBA draft. Now, just a few months ago, remember, Bronny James, he was not on the mock draft. It got the people talking because the conversation was starting to be had that, hey, maybe Bronny James isn't that good. So he has to wait till 2025 to declare for the RBA draft. LeBron James, he defended his son's name. Let the kid play basketball. He said, let his son keep building. He said, let the kid be a kid. He says, ultimately, the work and the results will do the talking. But the work and results hasn't been good enough to do the talking. He says, don't care about the mock drafts. The mock drafts doesn't determine nothing. He says, just keep putting the work in. It's earned, not given. Where did this energy go? I thought it was earned, not given. Bronny James didn't prove that he deserves to be drafted. So we thought that LeBron was on the same page. Allow Bronny James to play another season at college, which I don't even think Bronny James will be ready after another season. I think that he has to stay in college for another 5 or 6 years. Matter of fact, scratch that like a scratch ticket. I think that Bronny James will have to stay in college for another 10 to 15 years because he's just not ready. LeBron James should be locked up for forcing his child to declare for the RBA draft for his own selfish gain. See, I don't even think LeBron James truly wants to be the first father and son duo. I don't think this is about making history. I think that LeBron James needs another reason to stay around to fuel his ego. Because LeBron James loves being the center of attention. He loves being talked about. He loves to have the cameras in his face. He knows that once he walks away from the game officially, that's it. The curtain's closed. They're going to move on to the next. LeBron James knows that without the machine, without them constantly talking about the numbers, You've had a mediocre career. You underachieved. You've come up short multiple times, and you've had the most help. You had super teams. The media has fed the public lies. They manipulated the fans. So you can't use stats no more. But LeBron James is forcing his son to play in the RBA. Just imagine forcing your son to go enroll in the army. And then he go over to Afghanistan and he just accidentally steps on a landmine. And boom! Just all over. It's like forcing your son to travel somewhere that he doesn't want to go. Imagine making your son join the police force and then he go out there and get murked on his first day on the job. Imagine forcing your son to be a firefighter, to be the fireman, fire for fireman. I got that fire, I got that, I got him. Imagine forcing your son to be a firefighter, joins the fire department, and then get burnt up, and you lose your son. I told you guys, LeBron James is pure evil. He probably doesn't even want to join the RBA, but his father probably threatened him. All of this is alleged, ladies and gentlemen. But y'all remember when Bronny James went into cardiac arrest? What if his father was going to sacrifice him if he chose not to join the RBA? If he doesn't want to live his father's dream? What if he's threatening his son that you're going to join the RBA or you're going to lose your life? Who knows? See, what I truly believe happened was Bronny James wanted to transfer. I'm not sure if he knew it was going to get out. What I think is Bronny James wanted to transfer. And I think that his dad was in agreement with that. I think Bronny wanted to transfer to get away from the Los Angeles spotlight. The bright lights in LA have to deal with all the pressure. His dad coming to sit at the games. The cameras are on him. His dad coaching from the sidelines. All the media coverage. All the public scrutiny. I think Bronny James wanted to get away from all of that. All of the noise. It's too much pressure. So I'll go to Ohio State where I can have fun, be back at home. All this conversation about, am I going to enter the draft? I'm not as good as Juju Watkins. So I'll just fly up under the radar and I'm going to go home. But LeBron James said, not so fast, buddy boy. And now he's more than likely forced his son to declare for the RBA draft. Just hashtag pray for Bronny.